Hi, I'm Andrew Manahan, and today for my screencast, I'm going to be showing you how to do a problem from DC Circuits 4, number 4.3. Alright, so for part A, it asks you to find the total resistance. So first what you do is you add up all the resistances in the parallel circuit, the reciprocals of the resistances, and then you get a value of 11 over 60. Then you take the reciprocal of that, which gives you a total resistance of 4.45 in the parallel circuit. Then to find the total resistance, you just add both the 5 from the series circuit plus the 5.45 from the parallel circuit to get a total resistance of 10.45 ohms. In part B, it asks you to find the total current. So to do that, you just use the equation current equals 1 over resistance times change in volts. Then your change in volts is 12 from the diagram, and your total resistance is 10.45 from the previous problem, which gives you a total current of 1.14 ammeters. In part C, it asks you to find the change in V at 5 ohms. So you know that in a series circuit, the currents are all equal to the total current, so then you could just use 1.14 from the previous problem times is equal to change in volts over 5 ohms, which is your resistance right there. So then after using the equation 2, current equals 1 over resistance times change in volts, your change in volts at 5 ohms is 5.75 volts. In part D, it asks you to find the change in volts in the parallel circuit. So again, you would use the same equation, and then you would also use 1.14 here as your current, because this parallel circuit acts like together it acts like a series circuit. So that's why you would use 1.14 as your current, and then 5.45 as your resistance, of course, because you solved that from right there, part A. And then after you solve for the change in V at the parallel, you get 6.25 volts. Lastly, in part E, you try to find the current at 30 ohms. So you know that in a parallel circuit, the change in V's are all equal. So then that's why you're able to use 6.25 as your change in volts as solved from the previous problem. So you use the equation, plug in 30 as your resistance, 6.25 as your change in V, and then your current at 30 ohms will finally give you 0.21 ammeters.